So if it doesn't have a built-in source for gathering all this new creation as exists in the copyright system, what's it going to be? So we're still going to have
Video.
to be tied to the library. It's
Huh?
just we're going to have
Did you
our
get
own
it?
independent-
No, it's a video.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to keep your face still.
Okay.
You don't-
I didn't know it was a video.
Yeah, that's part of the user agreement. When you send something to YouTube, you say it's yours.
I see.
Same thing on Facebook
Could they
too.
profit from it?
Absolutely,
like
they're profiting hugely from it.
I mean, like say, to use a piece of film that you created,
Yep.
and someone could use it as a commercial or something like
Yep.
that. You know.
Yep,
Huh,
they could
Out
license
your
it out
hands
to
by that, I
anybody.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you're reading this right.
Man, that's a trick. I wouldn't want to be a lawyer for that issue.
And that's one of the other things, because copyright law is so insanely vague right now,
Yeah.
because we can't rule on things, and so the various federal courts have done things, and there are no definitions of what fair use is, even though we have a statute that says this is fair use. Okay, well, how do you apply that to individual situations? Various courts have done various things.
We met a patent lawyer guy out in, we were on a cruise recently, and he lives out in Oregon, and he's pretty famous, Leonard, I forget his last name now, he's an old guy, he's blind. But he worked on cases with Elton John, for instance, as a client. He gave them permission to use "Candle in the Wind" originally for Diana and all that, and at her
Right.
and then they recorded "Candle in the Wind" with Diana's name in there and stuff. But now they're continuing to use his song and all the sort of things that they're doing to promote Diana and other things like that.
Right.
And he
You
wrote.
never said that was okay.
Yeah, he
Right. So where's my piece of that chatter?
You know.
Right.
It was, I sang it at the funeral, okay, but that doesn't give you the right to keep using it, keep using it, and keep using it.
Well, maybe it does. Was it a work?
Yeah, that's exactly
Was
right.
it a work for
He was
hire?
working on it, trying to determine.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I think that he was figuring that they did owe him some money for that.
Sure. Yeah. So, but again,
All the money he's got.
what
Yeah,
what was the
needs a
original
little bit
contract?
more change. Yeah.
And again, that's why we need. That's why certain members of Congress think that more power needs to be devolved to the Copyright Office to adjudicate things like this instead of sticking it in the courts, because we as a entity have been very, very wary about saying, well, this is the way the law works. We constantly defer to the courts because of what we are, and so now the concept is, well, let's change what you are and give you
A
more
real
determinative
definite rule.
capacity. Yeah.
Is Congress largely agreed
I'll stop
about
by
this?
tomorrow
Is
afternoon.
it
No, it's
cross-party lines?
no,
You would
it's
volunteer,
we're
Chair,
still
Mike?
in the committee
It's not-
baby bills
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
things haven't even come out of committee yet, but there are at least one bill on both sides of the chamber
You go over to Harris's Craig Beer?
Well, no,
separating
they were a
us
couple
from
times last
the
year.
Rarely.
I've been there. Well, I went to paint night there one
there
last
are,
year.
Oh,
you
they had
know,
a paint night?
as always,
Yeah,
competing
it's not
interests
June,
in
it's
these
Tuesday
things,
night. The
and
whole restaurant's
we don't know
packed.
what'll
On
happen.
Wednesday
And
next week
the
to
you know
paint
the
night
current
on
librarian,
Valley.
Dr. Billington, he is retiring,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
and a lot of folks have been arguing that
We
some
carried
of
on
some
so
of our
much. We
inability
had
to
10
keep
people
up
on
with
board.
the
We laughed and
technological changes
Now I'm going to
This is in
been-
there.
have been due to the fact that Dr. Billington is in his 80s and he just doesn't get it.
sell their product. So it's gonna be.
So now that Dr. Billington is going to be
Well, I'll show you a
replaced,
picture, but Mike didn't leave it at
what's
the-
going to be the interesting thing probably is who is going to be his interim
No,
slash
picture of
permanent
me and my horse.
replacement.
Oh,
That would be a pretty
Thanksgiving
big
at-
signal as to
Here we go.
which
So if you
way
have this way,
things
you'll
are
see
leaning.
Me walking up to the trailer.
But
Mike took a
yeah,
picture,
so
and my on a semi-Halloween outfit on.
oh,
Wait a
it's
minute.
it's going to be a big change. It's going to take years and years to go down, and
Yeah.
I will probably retire before I ever leave that building.
Right. Yeah.
what do you have on? Your
Do you know what has always
No, but it's a
pained
riding
me?
outfit, but it
Oh,
looks
right.
like a
idea.
Halloween. It
Okay,
looks like
because
a
outside
Halloween
there's
That-
orange on the.
An
I know.
artist, which would include musicians, whoever,
Yeah.
creator
Yeah, that's
what you gotta
of
do. Look,
something
Make it bigger.
can
Yeah,
lose
okay.
control
Oh,
over
okay.
that. A huge, obvious example, Michael Jackson, who's now gone, but I mean his estate, I guess,
There's three of them.
owning a lot of the
The last
Beatles
one, she's
songs.
walking
They were
up
able to
and
buy it just like stock. And even Paul McCartney
See, there's
cannot
the-
control it.
No.
So that
He actually
Yeah.
bought it on Paul McCartney's suggestion.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, not
You
percent,
can't
not.
buy it unless somebody sells it.
Right. I mean, the Beatles sold it, or
They
they
chose to
or
sell
they didn't
it,
have
yeah.
control over it, or whoever had it.
Yeah.
But they were working together on Ebony and Ivory, and Paul McCartney said that don't, keep control of your own songs, but buy catalogs. And so he went out and bought Paul McCartney's catalog.
The equestrian
So
trail?
Paul
Well,
wasn't
like
thinking.
Imagine.
Paul
I
wasn't
guess
thinking
part of the
that
cross trail.
his
Well,
stuff would get
it's,
bought when
Right.
he suggested
You
that.
can't,
So
but
he
you
didn't.
can't buy it without a willing seller.
Yeah.
So he
So
was
it's-
twisted
but what-
away.
No, it was
No.
already sold. It was already
It's
gone.
called
He didn't have it.
Yeah, they sold it early in their careers.
Equestrian
that-
Park.
Okay.
And the
Nito
thing
Mansky,
that's
that's the guy's
unfortunate
name.
is after
His
Michael
last
Jackson
name.
bought it,
Nito,
Paul
Niedo,
said, "Hey, listen,
MSKY, I guess
I'm glad
that's-
you've got the
He
catalog,
was a county commissioner one time.
but
he passed away,
there are a
so
couple
they
of songs
parked that
I'd really like to have
It's just
back
like,
because they're not
yeah,
really
Riff
Lennon
Raff.
McCartney, they're really
I don't know how much,
McCartney,
I don't know
and
how
I'd
much
like
is
to be able
back
to
there,
administer
it's a decent
them,
trail.
administer them for
Yeah.
the sake of my
How
children
they've
and
seen
grandchildren.
courses.
We're not big on
And,
Blake or anything,
Michael
Don't
told
ever
him to
meet
take
my
fly
friend.
hike.
See,
My
that's
sister-in-law.
just
I think there's some up there.
there's something wrong with that.
That-
you
But it's
know.
if it's property,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
property.
gonna
That's
go
why
to
I'm
meet
thinking
my
so.
friend
Terrible,
in
you know.
Denton, next weekend.
And that
Probably
he would
right
he had the
there.
option to consider that.
And you hear
I
them
can't write
in
it down.
commercials
I
every
can
now
write
and
it.
then. Like
You
in
don't
Madison.
Yeah,
Landscape.
right.
Yeah.
And
Oh, because of that.
That's where the licensing
probably.
fees
But
come
I know
from.
there's a trail by where you're
you know,
talking about
nobody's
there.
nobody's
That-
buying new copies of
Yes.
Imagine
That's gotta be
these
pretty
days.
well along the
But
bay.
if it gets licensed for
Yeah,
a
we
you
can
know
get
a,
on the bay. She's not on
a
the
cell
bay.
phone
Yeah,
company
right.
commercial,
Yeah,
you know, you can make
southern
more than you
Yeah.
could make
Yeah, but I don't know if that
You know,
trail
if
goes
you
back,
sold
I
a
think it
million
goes
copies
here
of the
to
recording.
Woods, through the field.
Because
through
licensing
Summit,
fees are
Market
shit
Trail.
anymore.
I've seen the bike trail go through.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's off of
nobody's
that.
buying
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
material
all of that.
copies of recordings anymore.
I've been to
So
White
all you
Island
get
a
is the
couple of
digital
times. A
licensing
lot of
fees,
times.
and digital
A lot
licensing
of
fees per copy
Dress
are
ups there,
pennies.
you know, like-
Right.
Yeah, and
Of course,
that's a very
it's
bad
like
scene,
railway.
and that's something that I'm.
Me.
Happy birthday! It's the zombie version.
Happy birthday to you.
Let's start again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zachary. Happy birthday to you.
Let's get you going off the table.
Hold on a
Oh,
minute.
here we go.
Don't
Make
jump
a
the
wish.
place.
I'll
Not
blow
to
him out.
me,
Count them.
yeah.
How many are there? Count them.
That's a lot.
It's a bunt.
Hey, I got it.
It's gotta have a.
Don't eat meat.
Quite a feat.
It's a bunt.
Well done. Well, really fast. Somewhere there's a surreal picture of Zach, maybe with a candle or blowing out candles, and there's a
I'm
natty
wearing a
bow
bunt cake
can.
like a Saint Cecilia.
There's a
hat.
natty bow can in
I mean,
front of him.
Lucia.
It's on his camera.
It's a beautiful. It's really cool. So I put that natty bow can there, hopefully to replicate that.
Okay, what do we got here? We got these little plates over here behind you, Jason.
Yay!
Designate certain
Mike.
lines.
There's a plate pass.
Vegan ice cream.
Oh, classic.
Oh.
Zachy,
We have
Zachy's
other
a
ice
vegan.
cream as well, I think.
Got it.
I don't think Zach would have any of that.
He'll have vegan ice cream and he won't have regular ice cream.
I'm not nuts for coconut stuff.
And make a little kissy face.
That looks like a flavor we haven't owned.
Perfect.
I think I've never made duck face at a camera before in my
Let's
Please
see
life.
don't do it again.
Let's see it, Tim.
I don't.
Show me, Tim.
He took a picture.
Don't do it again.
That's my Tim.
I would like it too, but I think it'll still work.
What is it?
Oh, nice. That's going to be the
Coconut
ultimate.
cream? A little soupy.
It'll work.
Fabulous.
So, Tim,
Madam.
I would love
We
to
put on
see
the
the duck
ice cream.
face just once. I'm a trusted
All right.
friend. I won't. You can't. I won't convey the image.
It looks like the other face.
Sweet.
Yeah, blowfish face. Booty.
I feel so dirty.
He gets to lick every candle. Lucky sucker.
Every Campbell, man, Glenn and his daughters are going to wonder.
I am a lineman.
You're leaving 15.
Okay.
Or at least start saying goodbye in 15.
Yeah.
We gotta start saying goodbye in
Do you
15 minutes.
do you have a
No.
that's a Samsung 5, isn't it?
Yes.
I have a Samsung 4. It's baby's first cell phone.
I have a 4 as
So
well.
excited. How do you like it?
I like it very well.
Yeah, I love mine so far. I got it new for free
Hey, Mike.
from my Credo. My
Mike.
service.
Uh-huh.
We're
Do you
Credo
think-
people.
you think-
All right, Credo Bro. Credo Bro.
Do you think we should be using
When did you get
spoon
yours?
feeders?
Oh, my 4 about 2 years ago.
You want some of
Also,
this?
it was, you
just
got it
use
when it was
forks,
the new
that's all you
model.
Yeah, one was the hot
And you
piece.
still have it and you still like it.
I have it and I still like
I'm so
it.
pleased to hear that. 'Cause-
You just got yours?
Yes, it was offered
Ooh,
free.
what's that Jason was
Nice
putting on
phone
there?
for free.
Coconut.
Offered Credo.
Thank
cream.
you.
You get the first one.
Yeah.
Except it's not really
All right, who else is?
whippy.
Oh yeah.
Who's next? I'll get it.
Just start cutting them up and pass them on.
I'll start cutting them up.
Yes, put a piece of
Oh,
cake
you're such a
on
cut
and
up.
pass the ice cream and
Where's the ice cream?
right in front.
How the cake is, I don't know how this cake is gonna be.
Smells
This
good.
is not going to go around.
I don't
It's
know.
all
No,
simple.
just start. Just
There's rumors of other ice
More
cream.
ice
This is the
cream out
vegan
there in
ice
the
cream.
refrigerator.
I think it was actually.
I'll take the vegan.
Save that.
You get it at mom's or
You
baby?
want the vegan?
Like
Coconut, whatever.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your mom's.
Of course
is
you
not
do.
convenient to you. I mean,
There's some moms in
Oh, wow.
Maddie's
Oh,
finally
okay.
The
eating.
co-op isn't, but I go there anyway.
Again.
Buy there.
Right.
Maddie's finally eating, and I know better than to try and get past the dog with her snout in the food bowl.
Oh, she's pretty good.
Maddie, excuse me.
You're looking
Yeah,
again.
it's not gonna work.
Okay.
She's not being aggressive or anything, but she ain't moving.
For me?
I like that top
Thank
piece,
you.
so that's pretty.
You slide by there, Mr. Russell.
I want some of the, with the vegan
It's easier
ice
getting
cream.
past you than it is Maddie.
No, you can't have any.
She ain't
Still
moving.
has this ugly sweatshirt on. I
She's
meant
got
to
her
take
face
it
in the food
off.
bowl, and she is
And I
not
forgot.
going anywhere.
Oh, God. I was hoping that would happen.
Diana's hot.
There now. That's much
Yeah, she's a hot tamale.
Jason,
Pretty good.
how's the cake? Is it okay?
Jack.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yes, it is okay.
Too busy filming.
He's doing something mischievous.
I'm going to run out of this ice cream if no other ice cream shows up.
choosing to film.
I heard rumors of other ice cream.
I don't know what happened. Somebody went in.
There might be ice cream in
They were
the
never
fridge that
seen
we
from
left
again.
there.
Just pass the cake down and we'll figure it out.
No ice cream for me.
No ice cream for you. What about the
I'll take the sauce.
the saucy sauce?
cream.
The coconut
I like it on
whipped cream, but it's more like coconut sauce.
Very good.
Russell, do you want?
Thank you.
I think I got something actually.
Oh,
All right.
Sandy's
Who
next.
needs some? Who's
I'll
next?
take
I-
some.
Do you want everything?
Yes, please.
Same here, Maddie.
That
What's
knife,
in
that
this
cheese knife
coconut
works
what?
really well for this kind of cake.
Coconut cream.
Saucy sauce.
Out of the can or?
She said everything.
Special? Okay. Straight.
Send that down. to
And
Sandy.
I'll have everything too.
You can't have everything, Nadia.
Hint, 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 hint.
Very good.
I don't think the other ice cream is ever making a showing.
You need to yell loud enough for them to hear in the kitchen.
Here, I'm gonna do it yourself.
Porcupine, where's the ice cream?
There isn't any.
Oh,
Sorry.
devastating.
Uh-oh.
Devastating.
There's not many ice cream.
I thought we left some
Yeah,
in
it's like
there.
a spoonful.
I thought
It might
we
be
left
some of that turkey hill.
That's all right. We can make it.
Hold on.
Nothing wrong with torpedo.
Yeah, that would work.
I think I've
Got
served
nothing
everybody.
else. My
You know
dog
that-
out.
That ice cream made Youngling ice cream was really, really good.
Oh, really?
Youngling, yes,
They're
everybody
good.
made ice cream.
I've served everybody.
Doing it. Well done, Jason. Well done. Okay, there's some. It's homemade
Timothy,
vanilla.
Timothy, where are you?
That'll do me. Thank you. But who is this Timothy person here?
That sad song about the dog going out to sea.
Oh, is that what it's about?
Yeah, it's about a dog who got caught in a riptide. And,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's so
yeah, that's
sad.
what Timothy's about. You never knew that?
No.
That's a very sad
That's
song.
such a curious,
We
nice
had
song.
Lassie come home on
This is
TV
delicious.
this morning.
Oh.
I did too.
Well
I had to turn it off the last 15 minutes. I started crying.
I know.
I can't stand this.
Wait, the song
Is everybody fed?
What's her
We're
Taylor?
missing somebody. Who was there?
What's her name?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor
Who was
and Roddy
singing that scene?
McDowell.
I think it was on until 1:30, and I turned it
Oh,
on about 1.
Porcupine
I
Ball.
thought, that's it.
What movie was this? What,
Last
When
I
I
come
see
home.
Coco,
never saw
it
it.
tears me up.
I don't even remember watching it before, but
You know what song really got me crying when I was driving? It was years ago. The song Mandolin Wind by Rod Stewart. And I always thought it was a beautiful song. And for some reason I was driving late at night. And I really listened to the words. And I don't know what inspired it. But I started crying. You know?
Yeah. The joke, Jonathan Colton,
Brother
the guy
Michael.
who does the cruise we go to, he's
maybe
got a
it's
song
Mike
about
Vince.
the first dog in space.
Cake?
No, about Laika the
That's
dog,
fine,
the
just
Russian
all the
dog.
gooey stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
No
my
ice cream or
God.
anything?
No ice cream for me, thank you. Sir.
No ice cream.
No, just a little gooey. That's
It's so
fine.
sad.
That is so
I
nice.
can't remember. Did the dog
I'll lick
die
that
up
right
there?
off.
Oh yeah.
They set it up and left him there.
Somebody got the right
That's
amount of
horrible.
plates. Who counted the plates?
You did.
Delicious.
Yeah. Lovely cake.
Joan did. She counted the plates.
Joan, very.
Way to count, Joan.
I'm the only one who's going to get real ice cream.
Mandolin
Wow.
Rain with Mandolin Wind.
I might as well. Oh, there's none left.
Talk to her. I don't know.
What?
Oh, I was thinking. I thought Mandolin Wind was a Bruce Hornsby song, but now that I think about that, that's
Rod
Mandolin
Stewart performed
Rain.
it anyway.
Mandolin
Oh yeah,
Rain, I
Mandolin
suppose.
Wind. Oh, I just love that song.
Rod Stewart did a great version of it, Mandolin.
Didn't he write it, or
Yeah.
who wrote
I'm
that
not
song?
sure who wrote that.
It's
I think they're-
certainly-
yeah,
I thought it was him.
I was confusing Mandolin Wind with Mandolin Rain, which is Bruce
I was
Hornsby,
never fond of Rod
which is a
Stewart.
lovely song.
Generally, I'm not
And
into
his
him, but
brother
the
is
two
his,
songs,
lyricist.
Mandolin Wind and Maggie May, I
Get a
love those
job. That always
songs.
gets me.
Yeah. Where'd my napkin go? No.
Yeah, that's a
I
great
was
tune.
in
I mean,
college and
it
saw
really
There are
is
extras somehow.
intoxicating. That.
I never got up
Yep.
and
Oh.
disappeared.
I love me some Bruce Hornsby.
I picked up one off the floor and put it up here, so that might be it.
And
You got it in your hand.
he was playing with
No, I got
somebody.
that over there.
Little Feet. Who was it? That he was.
Okay.
He was playing with
Robert
Dad.
Somebody
Palmer,
took my
or he
fork.
was like
I'm gonna
sitting
use
in.
Here's your napkin probably there.
Dad, Grateful Dead.
Oh, that's
Was
right.
that my
Grateful
dad?
Dead. That's what it was.
Might have been.
Yeah, and that last set of shows up in Chicago, he was in on all of them.
Bruce Hornsby?
Yeah, and he was remarkably restrained. I thought, which was a good
I mean,
thing.
he
He'd be a
wasn't-
little over the top. He'd be a little cocktail. Yeah, no, I thought he fit in
Yeah,
perfectly. But you know, I think he let the organ player take most of the
No, he
keyboard
did.
duties.
Oh, no,
Jeff Chimente is just
Yeah,
He's a monster.
He hit his light under a barrel a little bit for that show.
Well, you know, that's a proper musician.
Yeah.
Should know when to
Step up.
and when to
And
step
when
back.
to
Blend in.
Absolutely. So some of the most important notes that you play are the ones that you don't play.
Which
Oh,
ones? Which
man.
ones would you have me remove?
So true.
All right.
That
many
metaphor, that metaphor can be used in other situations too, like meetings. You know?
Seriously.
Seriously.
Jeez.
Yeah, that might be a good one, but think about the timing. You really need to talk about now.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 11
Don't
p.m.
get
The meeting that could have been handled in an email, yeah.
Great,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, that's another one.
No, I
It's just a little bit of ice cream. If
And I
somebody
thought
wants
of
some
the
real
music
ice cream.
metaphor.
lay it on me, because I'm
People
not a
don't
coconut fan.
realize-
Maddie wants some real ice cream.
That less contributing,
Heard her
less
yell.
Bueno, grazie.
contributing more,
Me too.
and making for a better conclusion or a more
Maddie?
effective one.
Some people have more power in meetings, and
You
they
wanna
just
lick that?
you have to let them talk. You know.
Oh.
Let them get it out.
Tim's got one of those.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, your work, or
But you know, they have to say what's on their
he's
mind.
the assistant chief of my division.
I guess you can't really tell them to.
But
Yeah.
he does.
You can't bang them.
I-
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. I'm the new kid on
Oh, my.
the semi-management team,
Mm-hmm.
and when Mark is starting to really go on and on and on, and
You rein him in or something. You give him a look.
Kick under the table.
well, no, I mean, like, you know, everybody else, including his boss, will be sitting at the table, and like you can just feel
Glass.
everybody, yeah, and like the eyes are
Yeah,
literally rolling,
photo.
and he knows he's losing them, and he keeps trying harder and harder and harder.
Oh.
So I end up saying things like, you know, when he's saying the same thing for like the third or fourth time,
Oh, geez.
it's like, Mark, we all understand that.
I want to make a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
trying to make a point.
we
What else?
got it. You don't need to explain it any further. you
We're
know,
ready to take the test.
room full of smart people.
Duh, we got it.
Yeah, and his boss has given me a couple of like quiet attaboys for
His boss. Okay,
His-
you're
yeah,
safe then. You're
For
okay.
shutting them down somehow. Or
yeah.
Slowing him down, man.
Well, like we're trying to work with some outside contractors, and the outside contractors
They
are
have to sit
snarking
and
behind,
right.
you know, telling jokes
they
about
have to
this.
sit and listen to them. Right?
Well, one of his worst habits is he wants to sound smarter, so he uses big words,
Oh, that's
but
annoying.
he gets the definitions wrong.
They use them in the wrong place. Or...
Well, here's
Favorite.
you tell me if this would bug you. It says, I want all of you to write your notes about this thing that we're doing here, and I will take them and coalesce them into a.
God.
Oh no, are you
I'm gonna
serious? Oh,
coalesce
that's
them.
bad.
I'm going to effervesce them.
like a lump of fat.
Ah.
It's like a star cluster or something. It's an intransitive verb, and you're using it as a transitive verb. Then you get to, and then he's got other things that he says all the time. Bottom line.
Oh, great.
Bottom line is this.
Great.
And he'll whack the table.
Bottom line.
I have seen, I swear to you, I have seen people leaning back at the table, and every time he says bottom line, I'm going,
Yeah, that's right. They do take a sip of something.
you know, and he'll be talking about the same subject. And,
Bottom
you know,
line.
bottom line. You know, it's like, okay,
Somebody's
well,
winning a pool.
many
none of
bottom
those
lines?
none of them were bottom lines then, were they? They were sort of like sublines or
What
something.
line was that, Bob?
Okay, what somebody should do then, whose job is very secure. They okay. Any questions, if there ever is such a time, raise the hand and say, "Was this still a bottom line, or is it a
Yeah.
continuous
Now,
line?"
is this the actual bottom line?
Could you explain where the
Get to the dang bottom line.
see what he does, man, and with a completely straight face? That would be. I would be tempted
A couple
to
of
do
years
that.
ago, we had our all factory meeting, PRS, happens every 2 months.
Mark.
Everybody gets together, talk about how we did past months.
How many people involved?
Yes.
We got over 200 people in the room.
Wow.
You want to eat presents,
Okay, get it.
The
Oh, okay, we'll
president,
wait for you.
Jack speaks for a
Do
while.
I want any presents?
Do you want
Speaks for a
presents?
while, and Paul speaks.
That
Paul
would be
spoke
good.
about some sales, and he said something
Right.
about
Let's wait till
we
Grandpa
don't
gets
want to have this
from
big
Yeah.
underwear rush
Fine.
happening.
Underwear.
Everybody's like,
Underwear.
it's not an underwear rush.
Underwear rush.
You know? But nobody asked them that in the meeting.
Paul Reed Smith. You
So
know,
we're all walking out there like, what the hell's an underwear rush?
I think I know.
I can find out what that's about.
Oh, so you never.
No.
Wait a minute. What is an underwear
What
rush?
is
Not me.
Nobody asked him, huh?
Nobody called him one. No.
No,
Everybody's looking at each other like,
his name's on the headstock.
Are we branching out? We got a new product here.
yeah.
It sounds like
I
one of
don't
those. It sounds like one of those energy drinks.
Myself, I was trying to figure out what an olfactory means.
An old.
Old factory.
Old factory. Old factory.
Yeah, I won't
I
get
figured it
invited to that.
The old factory.
So it's probably a
That's
term.
funny.
It's an accessory or something.
I don't know. I think it meant like a rush on a product, but I was thinking, what's that got to do with underwear
I
rush?
know.
And they like sell it out.
Nobody's like 200 people. People were.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's looking at each other like,
Smith.
what the hell's he talking about?
Yeah, like the Dalai Lama said, there's going to be an underwear rush. Okay,
There's
all
too
right.
much stuff on here.
So Zach,
Mr. Zach.
I have an actual question for you.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yes.
you're going to college at University of Maryland, College Park, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you eaten at either New Vegan or Ovo since you've been there?
I went to some place that was sort of hip-like.
Right.
That sounds
No,
like New
it sounds
Vegan.
like no.
It was very, I guess, it wasn't very corporate. It was very hipster-like.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Sounds like New Vegan. Well, because Lil and I wanted to give you a present.
I saw a lot of things that had avocados in it.
Cool. All right.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's good.
Okay. Well, would you mind, like, say, a little gift card to have meals there for
That'd be-
a present?
That'd be fine.
Okay.
That would be fine. That seems like glowing praise.
All right. Yeah, so
Okay,
that is
excellent.
from- Then we have to start
Hold
saying
on.
goodbye.
Says thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, keep taking pictures of his teeth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can he get there?
You're welcome.
It's right
We'll
on
get
the
it to you.
Route 1 strip, right next to campus. Ovo's a little bit further out, like a block and a half further out than New Vegan. But New Vegan is right by
The dorms.
Yeah, the new condos just slightly north of campus. They've got a bunch, smart development.
So
It's
if he's coming by
Get
bus,
for Zach.
I mean, how's he gonna get there? He doesn't have a car, right?
they're both easy walking distance from campus.
Have fun with it.
I mean that's why they're there. To
Do they still
service.
have that bar called the Paragon still there?
There is a bar there. I don't know if the
Probably not
Paragon
named that
is
anymore.
it
Oh, okay.
anymore. Yeah.
I used to go all the time in the 80s and 90s, early 90s.
Yeah, no, I remember it was called something else back in the 70s when I was going there. You're talking about the one sort of
Right on College Park.
yeah, on the
You can ask about it when you get
north
your docs.
It'd be like if you were-
northeast side of an
Yeah,
intersection.
yeah, on the campus side.
Yeah.
Can you put that down so we
My
can
very
add
first
that
time
to
playing the
file?
game
Huh?
was
Shower your gifts. Can you put that down while we
Very
shower
first
your
gig was
gifts,
actually-
please?
Oh,
Cool.
I want to
Monday
videotape
night.
this important event.
Please.
Hey,
All right.
Still gigging in college
Sign
town,
off.
man.
Had that big stuff.
Goodbye.
Your uncle